What is going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here. If you are new to the channel, just know I make daily Charlotte Hornets content. So if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and I would really appreciate it. Yeah, so basically, if you cannot tell by the thumbnail or the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about the summer league roster of the Charlotte Hornets. And I got my phone here to read all the names, and then we'll just start talking about what I expect and things like that. I will do more like actual in-depth summer league content when summer league starts for the Charlotte Hornets, or maybe probably like a couple of days before. So yeah, bear with me here. This is just like me going over the roster and things like that. So who we have on the 2023 or 2022-2023 summer league roster for the Charlotte Hornets? We have Tyshawn Alexander, LiAngelo Ball, Jalen Crutcher, LJ Figueroa, Kai Jones, Scotty Lewis, Brady Manek, Bryce McGowens, Cameron McGriff, Justin Minaya, Nick Richards, JT Thor, Isaiah Wally, and Mark Williams. So this is going to be an interesting summer league roster. I wish James Bouknight was on there, but he had like pinky surgery or something like that, so he will not be able to play in summer league, to my understanding, unless something else changes. But yeah, so I don't know. Everybody was really pressed about summer league last year. I can't remember the exact play, but somebody made like a mistake on the Charlotte Hornets and everybody was just on it. It was Scotty Lewis. Scotty Lewis made a mistake in the summer league. People were like really on him, and it's like, it's not that serious. I mean, that's literally what summer league is for. But for players that actually that I really want to see play and just like expectations I have for him, so we'll start with the one everybody wants to hear. We'll start with LiAngelo Ball. I think LiAngelo Ball is a shooter. I think he's really good at he's really good at shooting. He knows where his spots are. He knows his release. I think he is a well-developed shooter. It's everything else that LiAngelo Ball needs to work on. I don't see why the Hornets just don't sign him, because why not? I mean, you get to work more with him hands-on. And like I said, he's a really good shooter, and he knows his spots. So you don't have to teach him that part. You really just have to teach him like more so like on the defensive side of the ball. But he is a shooter. And yeah, I mean, that's always exciting in summer league, but I really feel like he could do more if they just bring him on. But also, I'm not with him every day. That's just what I see, you know, obviously highlights and just what I see when I watch him play. I think he is a little better than, you know, some people think, because people who aren't with. So this is the weird thing. You have people who are Hornets fans who like they're actually 50-50 on him, and then you have like, you know, the whole Big Baller Brand fans who think he can do everything, and then you got NBA fans that aren't Charlotte Hornet fans that think he can do nothing. So he's somewhere in the middle, and that's not a bad thing. I think they just need to play him more and maybe work on him with the defense, and he can really probably crack some minutes. I don't know how good he'll be in the minutes, like in actual regular season games, but I think he'll be a lot better than people think. Next up, I'm thinking, I'm going off the top of my head trying to remember the list. Scotty Lewis. I really like Scotty Lewis. Scotty Lewis is a dog. Scotty Lewis plays defense. He can cut. And he just needs to work on his shooting a little bit and ball handling. But Scotty Lewis is a really good defender, and that's what I really like about him. So I'm very interested to see how his game has progressed since last year. I think that's a player that I would really like to keep for the future and maybe treat like a Cody Martin, because Cody Martin didn't play that much until last year, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he played a little bit before, but I think Scotty Lewis can be like the next Cody Martin for the team. I really like his game. I really just like his intensity that he plays with. He is a smart player, and despite like that mistake he made in Summer League. So yes, I think Scotty Lewis will be very interesting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. And then Bryce McGowens, of course, he's just going to be offense. So that's what I've been so cool to see. Bryce McGowens and James Bouknight on the court together for Summer League. Oh my God, that would have been fun. That would have just been it. It would have just been so much fun to watch them play. But unfortunately, we don't get James Bouknight. But I would like to see Bryce McGowens play with a better team than he had in Nebraska. I'm not saying this team is like, you know, great or anything, but it's going to be better than what he had in Nebraska. So I would like to see, does he take as many shots as he did with Nebraska? Does he force the offensive game that much like he did in Nebraska? I personally don't think he will, and I talked about that in my Bryce McGowens video, where I was just kind of like telling Charlotte Hornet fans everything they need to know about him. So I don't think he's going to be like as just persistent on trying to score. I think he's going to play better in the flow of the offense, but I'm really interested to see how he plays, because he can score from anywhere. So yeah, definitely want to see what Bryce McGowens has cooking up his sleeve. Next up, I'm thinking about is Kai Jones. Kai Jones is one of my favorite Hornets. Like, I know that like he doesn't get to play that often, but he is a worker. I follow him on social media, and Kai Jones just works. I mean, he honestly, to be honest, he can just this could be from one workout. He just posted it over the course of a month, but it's just he's in the gym all the time. He's always working on his game, mentally, physically. He's working out. He's practicing. He's watching. Like Kai Jones is just the intensity he brings. He just loves playing basketball, and then he's a hard worker behind closed doors. There's nothing like I don't know anything bad you can say about Kai Jones. So I'm really looking forward to see how his game progresses. Like his basketball IQ was the only thing that he really needed to work on. He has all the athleticism in the world. He just needed to refine his game a little bit. So I'm just super interested to see what he brings to the table in Summer League. And then we have Mark Williams, of course, first round draft pick at 15. I think he's a very, very polished center, especially coming out of college. And I really like Mark Williams' game. He's not, the athletic beast that Jalen Duren is, but some people were just acting like Mark Williams don't have any game, and that's just ridiculous to me. He's very polished. I think he's better on the offensive end, and he's a good shot blocker. He's a more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? He's just more of like a planned shot blocker as opposed to Jalen Duren's more like a Mitchell Robinson or a Hassan Whiteside where he can just jump and block. He doesn't really have to be as, just has to think as hard or just has to place himself right. He doesn't have to do all that because he's so athletic. Mark Williams does, and he's really good at it. He's like almost like let's go back to, let's say, he's like a Al Horford defender where he's just not going to just be super athletic, but he knows where to be. He knows how to play, things like that. So that's what I really like about Mark Williams. I'm not saying he's going to be Al Horford. I'm just saying that's what he reminds me of is his play style, and I really look forward to that in Summer League just because I spent all of last year rooting against him because he played for Duke. So, yeah, goes. So, next is Brady Manek. UNC. Go ahead, stand up. Brady Manek was huge for us, in that tournament run and just all season. But Brady Manek, I really want to see him play just because of the fact that he brings intensity, he can shoot, and that's really it. Like, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that at all. You got intensity, you're willing to try on defense, and you can shoot. Go ahead and bring him to Summer League. Let's see what he can do. And we know Michael Jordan likes his blue collar college players, especially ones that come from North Carolina. So he had to be on there. It was just a given. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what Brady Manek can do. I don't know if I could see him being brought back. For the G League, for the Greensboro Swarm, but I just really want to see what he does because, like I said, he brings intensity on defense. While he may not be the best defender, he just tries. He brings intensity and he can shoot. So, and he's like, big. So, excuse me, that would be just great to see what Brady Manek can do for Summer League. But off the top of my head, I think that is everybody. Let's check, see if I was wrong or not. Scotty Lewis, Brady Manek, yeah. Everybody else is cool. JT Thor, I forgot about JT Thor. I love JT Thor. He can guard anybody. I really like JT Thor. I liked him at Auburn. I wish I got to see him at Auburn. I could have, but I was being lazy. But I really like JT Thor. Huge. I think he's just huge for the team. I think he can be like a really good defender. He played some big minutes last year, and he was good in those minutes. Like maybe not offensively, but just the effort was there, and you could see that he processes the game pretty well. As well. He's just young, and really all it came down to. So I really like to see what JT Thor can do. And Nick Richards, I don't know how y'all feel about Nick Richards, but me, I do not like Nick Richards at all. I can't remember the exact games, but there was one, it felt like a month stretch, but he was getting like a lot of minutes, and I swear to you, every time he was in the post, defending somebody that was like a decent, like they didn't have to be great. It wasn't like Joel Embiid of the world or Nikola Jokic's. It was the Vucevic's and the players, Mo Bambas and I'm trying to think of all the center. Brook Lopez didn't play that much last year. But just players, in that caliber. It wasn't the elites of the elites. And he was just on the ground all the time. Like, it was so frustrating watching him play because somehow he always ended up on the ground. And it was like, dude, why are you always on the ground all the time? So Nick Richards he frustrates me sometimes. But coming out of college, I thought he was going to be really good. Not like, game changing, but I thought he was going to be a good rotational player. And he ended up being on the ground all the time. Alright, and that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all are killing the videos. I want to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month. So if y'all can do that, like I never thought I would even get that far, but the fact y'all are just supporting the channel so much, I was like, let's make it a goal. So if I can get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month, that would mean a lot. So go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.